Oh, you're precious and perfect. Oh, let us see. Oh. Oof. Now, some of these I was a touch too overzealous with. I'll just pray for this one to regrow itself, as it's looking sad and wilty. Some of these, however, are looking vibrant. The stem on this, which of course is about the width of my finger now, is only a year's worth of growth? Or is it only 2 years worth of growth? Something like that? Of course, I went ahead and hacked off everything because it all had, like, let's see here, find my finger. It all had some meter-long growth, so everything came off. I overestimate, maybe only 2 feet. Some of them still need to be touched on. I think it's... this one needs to be repotted something fierce. It had a tendril coming off of it some 8 to 10 inches long, and then I just cut it back so that it's only an inch long again. It's ridiculous because it's been this way for, what, a year or 2? Same thing with this one, which could use a repotting slightly shallower. It's developing a trunk. And it started out as nothing more than just a little sprig the size of the one poking out of it. So, development is slow on some of them depending on their root restriction. And for some of them I'm completely okay with that. This one faced so much in the way of hardship over the summer it was practically uprooted. I trimmed off everything but the bottom 3 leaves and then let it regrow itself. I think it was maybe a foot long. And then we've got other ones that are much more impressive. The little twigs poking off of the top of this are just the same size as what its trunk was when I first planted it. I went ahead and actually gave it a repotting, and its root base is rather impressive. Almost like a fistful of carrots. Ugh. Naturally, this has done next to nothing, but it has set off a lot of pups, which is adorable. And then, of course, my propagation bins are always full of stuff. And then these, of course, are beautiful as always, even in their unnatural and twisted way. More propagation bins. Chunk of aloe my brother handed me. It set out all sorts of pups. Seems like it only took, what, a year? Oh god. The squirrels planted me a pecan tree. Right now it's only maybe a foot tall. I think I might actually put that in its own pot this coming spring. And of course that thing's become outlandish. It's doubled in mass, easily. I didn't put it in big enough of a... Hello, princess. What are you doing down there? Zeus himself blessed the house leak. Something about lightning. I'd love to grow them up on the roof. Now, my grandmother gave me a piece of orchid cactus. It's turned into its own plant. It started out as not much. Now it's much. And of course, more propagation bins. This thing, I don't know if it's been 1 year or 2, maybe even 3. I think that I had this when I was over a half-mile down the street. Some of them are coming along better than others. This one definitely took the frost rather hard, but its new foliage looks to be hardier. And then a test to see how well you can wire these things, which is, yeah, surprisingly much. Remarkably flexible. It's under a tremendous amount of tension right now to drag it down by that much, because at first the angle on these two was a closing angle, and now it's a well-open angle. Yeah, it seems that so long as you're delicate with it when you're bending them and kind of pin them around, as this bend here that I've got, just in this first inch, if I actually want to make decent use of the bend, I'm going to have to trim the thing just a couple of nodules further out and then grow another one with a funny angle and bend it too. And I'll bet you that I can make this thing knobblier than your mama's dildo. Oh, that feels wonderful.